Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us for 41 NBC News at 6. I'm Tucker Sargent. Shelby Coates has the night off. Our top story tonight at 6, there's now less than an hour left to vote in the Warner Robins mayoral runoff race, where current Mayor Randy Thomas faces local attorney LARHONDA Patrick. 41 NBC's Ariel Schiller has more on how voting is going tonight at FEACIN Middle School and how the candidates are feeling. Ariel.
The poll manager here at FEACIN Middle School says she's expecting a record turnout for a runoff election. And, behind me, you can see that the line is pretty long and it actually extends past my camera. And that's actually much more than what we saw on election day a few weeks ago. Usually for a runoff election, they see about 300 to 400 voters, but they surpassed that number by about noon today. If there's one thing that's clear about the runoff for the Warner Robins mayor's race, it's that residents are excited to get out and vote. Stevie Brown voted at FEACIN Middle School early Tuesday afternoon. He says voting is a way to be a part of the community.
Now is a time to really get involved in political matters. If you want to change, then you got to do your part to make a change.
William McDonald also voted at FEACIN Middle School Tuesday afternoon. He says he feels good about voter turnout and that it was important for him to have his vote count in this election.
Not really liking the direction of the way that Mayor Thomas has been taking us, so I think it's time for a change, especially with the $800,000 tax lien.
And speaking of that nearly $800,000 tax lien, Mayor Tom says they found out an employee was getting the notices and not letting him or the city administrator know about them. He says once they found out, they hired a firm that has experience with IRS issues. They've made adjustments in how they report and that they're ready to move on.
It was a mistake. Most of it, most of it for sure, if not all of it, was a mistake on the IRS's part. We're working with them to correct that and make sure that it doesn't happen again, and we're going to move forward.
LaRhonda Patrick asked people who are on the fence about voting to pay attention to the facts of what's happening in the city.
This is our city, this is our future, and together we are going to make this place the best of the best, and we're going to dig ourselves out of this hole that current administration has left us in.
Faith Richardson is the poll manager for FEACIN Middle School. She says they're pleased with the number of people who are voting in the runoff and encourages anyone who hasn't voted yet to do so.
Don't stay home. Please have your voice heard. Come and get out. You have until 7 o'clock to vote. As long as you're in line, we'll let you vote.
And like Faith said, the polls are open until 7 o'clock tonight. And if you're in line by 7 o'clock, just make sure you stay in line because legally you are allowed to vote if you're in line by 7 o'clock. And you can get your I voted sticker. I'm wearing one right now. A man was nice enough to give me his, so it's kind of false advertising, but come get your I voted sticker for real before 7 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Warner Robins, Ariel Schiller, 41 NBC News.
Well, thank you, Ariel. We will have results as they come in tonight at 41NBC.com, and we'll have reaction from the candidates on 41 NBC News at 11.